y'all, it's Tia and I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Alabama. I watched the last season and I really enjoyed it, so I just decided that I was gonna go ahead and review it this season. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. I like it and I'm so happy that season 2 is back. So let's go ahead and get it started. The episode starts off with Melody and Martell doing a pregnancy photo shoot. And she's all in her like black dress with the belly open, and Martell is in his outfit, you know, dressed as usual. And they're having a shoot and it's a good time. And then between their breaks, they're each speaking to their own prospective person. And off top, when you can tell Martell is talking to his friend, he's kind of like defensive a little bit already, because of course the friend asks right out the gate about the girl he used to mess with or whatever. So Martell's just like, I'm not even gonna discuss that, you know, all this other stuff. So you can just already kind of tell like what it's kind of gonna be, because he's already in a defensive kind of standpoint as far as he's not gonna talk about it and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, her maternity shoot was cute. I love the dark roots with the blonde hair, like the rest of it blonde, and I like it even when she wears it straight. It's super cute. Moving along in the episode, because it was a lot of miscellaneous things that happened, but I'll tie them into the other big areas of the episode. But moving along in the episode, Martell is still going to therapy. He's going to the same therapist, actually. And so I really actually kind of like this therapist for him, because I feel like this therapist is like no nonsense. Like, I'm not gonna play games with you. We're gonna get down to it. We're gonna get down to the facts, and we're gonna address this stuff and call it what it is. So in this during this like therapy session, they spoke about like his absence of his dad, you know, his father not being in his life, how it made him feel, how he feels like he's like, I guess in his own words, he feels that like he's a good dad, and he feels that he's not missing anything because he's a good dad. So like basically like maybe if he was like lacking in some area, he would be like, okay, he could connect it to his dad not being there, but he can't, because he's like, I'm a good dad, you know. And even though I grew up in the hood and I grew up around people who are not in their kids' lives, I still am in my kids' life. You know, I read, I do this and I do that, and I tuck them in, I tell them I love my kids and everything, which I think is actually important, you know, for him to have grown up in the hood. So he says, and not seen an example, because he said it. He was like, none of my friends had their dads in their lives. It wasn't anything like that. So for him to have said that and, you know, still be such a good father that he is, at least what we see on TV, I think that is really, really good. I mean, I feel like that's an epitome of like, this is my circumstance, but I'm not going to turn it to what I saw. I'm not going to turn it to my circumstance. So I was really proud of him for that. It did shock me a little bit during his session when he said that he was not, you know, upset with his dad for not being there. That kind of shocked me, and I think it kind of shocked the therapist too, because the therapist was like, what, like, you're not upset about that or angry? And he was just like, no. He was like, maybe if God like showed me that all these things, like my life would have been so much greater if my dad would have been in my life, then maybe I would be like, dang, dad, you know, you had the opportunity to do all these great things with me and you didn't. But he was like, I really don't, you know, I'm not angry. He did, however, say that he was bothered because his dad was incarcerated, but his dad was not incarcerated 100% of the time. His dad would get out and then go back, get out, go back, get out, go back. And he was like, you know, when he did get out, he never told me, you know, and he was like, I just don't, it bothers me that my mom stuck it out and my dad didn't. And, you know, I can understand that. Like, y'all already know I've talked about this on my other channel. My dad was not in my life either, and same situation as Martell, in and out, in and out. And when he was out, he never told me. So I can definitely understand where Martell is coming from with that. Like, dang, you know, mama could stick it out, but why can't you? So I definitely get that. But I'm also very glad that he's not bitter. Okay, I'm glad he's not mad. I'm glad he's not bitter. It's just one of those things, you know, he just keep it pushing. He did also say that he's going to make it, I guess, more of his responsibility to put in more effort to build their relationship. And I think that's really good, too, you know, because they did have a conversation last season when I think they went fishing on the lake. And it seemed cool, but, you know, you can tell, like, even in the episode, it didn't seem like they got really that in-depth with the stuff. So, you know, but it was super cool. And I'm so glad he's still in therapy, you know what I'm saying? So, all right. So the next biggest thing was the baby shower. So first of all, we had already kind of seen, like, we didn't get a big picture, but earlier in the episode when Melody was talking to her planners for her baby shower and like her chef, we kind of got like a little bit of the color scheme, what it was going to be. We saw the glitter and the pink, but when you get to the actual scene of the baby shower, it was really nice. Like, even though I thought it was maybe like a little extra for them to come on the carriage, I actually liked the carriage because they had the kids and it was just kind of cool. And it just kind of seemed like a little like royal family, I guess. So I thought it was super cute. Inside the baby shower, inside the building, it was really pretty. They had the balloons, they had the big oversized chair. It was really, really cute. And then I didn't notice because they said it in the episode, but actually when they got married, they did a horse and carriage. So I thought that kind of added like a little cuteness to the scene. Like, okay, you know, like a little throwback, but except we have the kids this time. But it was really nice. It looked like the mom sat together and like friends, like friends who knew each other, I guess, kind of sat together. And then it seemed like Mel and Martell and the kids kind of sat in that oversized chair. And they had the Williams, which is they appeared in the last season, but I don't really remember them until they did a flashback, which was Destiny, and I can't remember her husband's name, I'm sorry, but they kind of were like the host of it. And you know, they did their little thing. A couple of points though. So during the baby shower, Melody did talk to Kimmy. She did talk to Kimmy and she talked to Maurice, but she just went and said hello. But then she specifically got into a conversation with Kimmy later on. And so Kimmy was just like kind of making a comment to her like, oh, I noticed the faces that ain't here and stuff like that. And she, you know, Melody over there like, yeah, she was like, actually, I think everybody that I invited actually came. And I feel like that was kind of a little, you know, a little shot, a little slight shade at Marcel and Tisha because, you know, she did not invite them and she made that clear. They do not mess with each other. They do not talk. She said that, you know, she was explaining to Kimmy that she felt like, you know, Tisha was like kind of basically on some fake stuff. That's what I got from it. Because she said that Tisha sent her an apology, like text message or something. And then later on, you know, was retweeting bad stuff about her. That's what she said. So I was just like, well, you know, at this point, I'm just kind of like, if y'all can't get along, don't get along. You know what I'm saying? The little group y'all had, look, just put it to the rest. Let it RIP go and just keep it pushing because all of this back and forth. And you know what's crazy? Mel even said that. She was like, honestly, she not my husband. She not, you know, my mom or she not my daddy. So trying to work this hard for a friendship is just not, it's not a priority. And, you know, I can kind of understand that, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. I get it. It shouldn't be just because it's not your significant other or your parents that you don't fight for it. But it seems like with this specific friendship, it is a lot more fighting to be friends than actually be friends. And I'm just like, you know, nobody want to deal with that. So that was that. And then, you know, Kimmy was, I guess, maybe just not understanding because she's like, I don't understand and this and that. And she was like, you know, social media is a beast. And Melody really just wasn't hearing that. She just dismissed her altogether, really. And she, right before Destiny walked up, because Destiny, you know, had to walk up and let her know, you know, she had a bone to pick with Kimmy. But right before that, Melody slid in real nice that just to let you know, it will not be any sit downs. And I feel like that was a little to let her know, like, look, you like to play mediator and I don't need you to play mediator this season, okay? Like, it won't be no sit downs, it won't be this, it won't be that. And you could tell, like, when she said that, Kimmy kind of just looked like, you know, like that type of thing. But I understand Melody. Like, I get it. Like, no, I don't want to do no sit downs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. So that was that. So then Destiny's like, you know, can I talk to Kimmy for a second? So Melody walks off. She's like, okay, cool. They hug, kiss, and say goodbye. So then Destiny decides she wants to press her issue, talking about, you know, I just was offended about something that you said last season. And they did a flashback where they were in the cabins. I think this was at the time they were in the cabins, I think. And Destiny's husband jumped up and was talking about their little group that they have. And he was like, it doesn't exist and nobody owns it. And then Kimmy kind of jumped up and was like, well, not jumped up, like, but she spoke up and was like, actually, it is a real thing and we own it. The people who are part of it own it. And so, and then in the confessional, in the flashback, Kimmy was saying like, I don't really know these people. Like, I know that, you know, her husband makes good chicken, but I don't really know who they are. So I guess Destiny, when she watched it back last season, felt offended and wanted to say something to Kimmy this season. My whole thing is this. Why did you, number one, wait a whole season to say something? You've had plenty of opportunity to say something. If you were truly and really offended, why are you saying something now? And number two, just like Kimmy said, I was speaking pretty much the truth. I don't know. I didn't know y'all. Like, I don't. So it's like, what are you gonna get offended about? And she was like, you know, I just was like, I can't believe, you know, tried to come for my baby. You come for my baby talking about that's all he do is chicken. She did not say that. Kimmy did not say it. That's all he does is cook chicken. She didn't say that. She said, I don't know them except the fact that I know he makes really good chicken. That's it. I don't see anything wrong with that. But you know, Destiny, honestly, Destiny strikes me as the type of person who wants to get on the show. And so she'll kind of create drama or say something or put herself in the spotlight just to get on the show. Because she wants some, like, attention. And I don't really understand that. Because even when she got back, they squashed it or whatever. It was like, okay, cool, whatever. They went their separate ways. And then remember I told y'all that Destiny and her husband are hosting the baby shower. So when Destiny hopped back on the microphone, she decides to tell everybody, like, so whoever wins this will get a free dinner at the restaurant or whatever. And she was like, you know, where we make good chicken, you know, because Kimmy know about that, don't you? She tried to come for my baby and you tried it, but it's okay. Like, what is wrong with you? First of all, this wasn't even the time for that. This is a whole baby shower. Like, it was really not the time for that. That was so unnecessary to me. I don't know why, but I just feel like that was super unnecessary. So, oh, it's a glow. I'm going to take these out. It was so unnecessary. So, I was just like, whatever. And I thought that was like, also, y'all already addressed it. So, why did you feel the need to say it again in front of everybody? Girl, you know what you were doing. And you just want to get on the show. Like, also, the episode gets ready. Oh, I forgot to mention. So before all of this, Melody and her brother had a conversation earlier in the episode, in which they had a conversation about Martell, and they also talked about her father, the father that they share in common, and she was just kind of expressing to him that she was gonna invite their dad to her baby shower. And then later on, she told her mom that, you know, she's gonna invite him to the baby shower. And then fast forward to the baby shower, the brother comes and is like, you know, is daddy coming? And she's like, actually, he's not. He had prior engagements, and so therefore he couldn't make it. And I think it kind of hurt her feelings, because in the confessional she was saying that how, like, she's kind of making family a priority for her, and she just wishes that her dad, or hopes that her dad would do the same. And you know, I can understand that. Like, I don't have any kids, but it kind of can make you feel some type of way that it's like, I invite you, dad, and you're just kind of like, oh, I got previous engagements. I feel like he could have just stopped by or something, but I don't know what's up with that. But then, you know, she did say they haven't talked in a year, so who knows? But this episode came to an end with Maurice and Martell having a discussion. So they decided to talk or whatever. And they get into, like, you know, hey, you know, you and Marceau been having this back and forth. And, like, you know, this basically, like, this storm between y'all, this text message storm. And, you know, I just don't understand, basically. And Martell started getting on Maurice. And it's like, look, you basically just need to butt out of it. Like, you insert yourself in stuff when you shouldn't. You voice your opinion, just like last, you know, reunion, you had all of this to say, and I don't understand why. And then Maurice is defending himself, saying, like, you know, it's not like when Melody said something, I hurried up and jumped in, or when Tish said something, she was like, I didn't say anything until after Letitia said what she said. And Martell was like, exactly. You let them get everything they had out, but then when it came to us and we want to speak, you're not letting us speak, and we're tearing their family apart, and we're doing this and we're doing that, which I feel like is valid, because when you look back at the reunion, Maurice was bucking hard for the Scotts. I mean, I understand that's your brother, but it is what it is. They do wrong too. So Martell basically was telling him, like, I feel like you should just butt out of it. And, you know, he did say something. This is where I don't like what Martell did, you know, because I haven't always, I don't know, I've kind of had like a a like-dislike relationship viewing, I won't say relationship, perspective of Martell from last season. But I do not like the simple fact that in the text messages, I guess, because he was like, they always talking about receipts, so I said my receipt. Which in the message, he was like, you know, Letitia got a tummy tuck and a butt job, and you're still not happy, or you're still not satisfied. And I just feel like, and then I guess Marceau came back and saying, like, he had a video of somebody's mom, I guess. I don't really know. But I just feel like, okay, Martell, why did you say that? And I know everybody probably like, well, why did anybody say anything they said? Why did Tisha say what she said? Why did Melody say what she said? Why did Marceau say what he said? But really, and I'm not saying I agree totally with Maurice, but it's like, okay, how do you know that Letitia wanted the world to know that? You get what I'm saying? Like, when y'all start talking about each other, I feel like that's stuff that y'all talk about each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's nothing that y'all discuss or that they bring up that the world don't know. So like when Marceau would bring up the cheating and stuff like that, it's like, that's something that's already known. Her getting, you know, surgery was not something that was really known. So I just didn't really like the fact that he put that out there. And I could imagine that that would be hurtful to Letitia. I mean, I don't know why he would lie about that, so I'm assuming it's the truth. But that would hurt my feelings if I was her. But I mean, I don't know, because maybe they've said hurtful stuff, but at the same time, this is where I did agree with Maurice when he said sometimes he like, have you ever just thought about being a bigger person? I can't really say nothing about that because that's true. Like, even if they throwing shots, just be done with Marcel and Letitia, and then, you know, keep it. Because when you do that type of stuff, you look just like them, you know. But I don't know. And I'm really curious to see what Letitia has to say about what Martell said. But yeah, so that was pretty much the end of the episode. I'm excited about this season. It was a good episode, a good first one. You know, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was pretty good for what it was. Like I said, I'm glad Martell is back in therapy. I'm glad they had the baby shower. And it looks like on episode 2, Melody will be having her baby and be having an event or something in which Letitia shows up and she gets asked to be escorted out of the building. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be a good one, but I'll see y'all for the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment below and let me know how you like the video. And I'll be back next Monday or Sunday. Peace.